Hello everybody, this is Sebastian Furtado and welcome. I'm sorry I've been absent for the last 2 weeks, but after my trip to the eastern part of Canada, eastern coast, I went back home and I worked pretty much non-stop until now. So I arrived here in São Luís in the northeast part of Brazil, but that's where I'm from, 3 days ago, and I've had the time now to do this video. So thank you for waiting patiently if you've been waiting. But yes, today I would like to talk to you about a perfume from Celine. I believe this is my first one. This is called Rimbaud by Celine, and this is what the bottle looks like. And I've used a little bit of it. I haven't had it for that long, but I've put a little dent on it already. Rimbaud was a French poet from, I don't really know the time period when he was alive and active as a poet, but I believe it was Arthur Nicolas Rimbaud, something like that. But Arthur was his first name, so Arthur something Rimbaud. And I'm not really familiar with his poets, unfortunately, yet. This perfume will actually make me go after his poems. But before I say anything else, let me just spray. This is delicious. This is such a good lavender. Lavender is a note that I have fallen in love with in the last couple of years, and one of the ones that I fell in love with that's very lavender predominant was Lavender Extreme from Tom Ford. And actually this perfume came out last year. I don't think we know who made this perfume. Yeah, I don't know exactly who made this perfume, but yeah, it's from Celine, and it right now it's under the direction of Eddie Slimane. I think, I'm not pretty sure that's how you say his name, Eddie Slimane, and he was also the head behind the original private collection of Dior. So la collection privée Christian Dior was first imagined by him, at least the very first part of the collection. He was behind the direction, and so he's doing a fantastic job with Celine. Actually, I lie, I have done night clubbing. I've done night clubbing from this collection already, so I believe this is my second video on this line. I love this line, I really do. Right now, I think amongst the private collections, the more recent ones, Celine is doing a fabulous job with these perfumes. They're very elegant, very straightforward, and classic at the same time. So Rimbaud, going back to the lavender, this is Lavender Bomb. You know, it's something slightly animalic, but nothing too crazy, because it's mostly like a beautiful, clean, fresh, slightly sweet lavender. And as I was saying, Tom Ford Lavender Extreme was one of the first lavender, like fully centered lavender perfumes that I loved. And this does remind me a little bit of Lavender Extreme from Tom Ford in the opening. In the opening, yes, it does have some similarities because of how potent and dramatic, I guess I can say, the lavender is, but it's a similarity that doesn't last long, because very soon after it becomes its own thing. I think it's a little bit sweeter than Lavender Extreme, and it's more that animalic touch is more present in Rimbaud than Lavender Extreme. While Lavender Extreme is extreme, really, it's an extreme lavender. It's really beautiful. I really like it. I prefer Rimbaud because it's more delicate. It manages to be very much a lavender center perfume. It's lavender from opening to the end, but it has a delicacy that lacks in Lavender Extreme to me. So for that reason, I prefer Rimbaud, but I also have Lavender Extreme. I don't think I've talked about it yet, actually. I will. Oops. I will eventually. And yeah, this is a gorgeous perfume. Right now, I actually get a little bit of iris too. It's slightly nutty. I don't know if there's tonka bean in here, but I get like a hint of tonka bean, not necessarily vanilla. Some people say vanilla, but I don't really get vanilla. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful green of like a field of lavender, and it goes perfect in the heat because, as you can tell, it's quite hot where I am right now. Well, I'm very close to the equator. It's always this weather where I'm from, and sometimes it's too much. But it's nice, and it just keeps getting better. You know, this perfume manages to just keep getting better, and there's something rooty. You know, I think it displays beautiful facets of iris, which here I believe it's worked as orris root. It's the root of the iris, and I don't know if it's the butter or if it's a synthetic. I don't know what kind of iris they use here, but they just managed to really capture beautiful sides of it, as at the same time that it displays beautifully the lavender, because the lavender is always here, it's always present, but the iris also comes. So it's a very beautiful, bright, uplifting, sunny, slightly green, floral. To me, this is very blue. It's very lavender-ish color, not just because I smell lavender, a lot of it in here, but because it's just like, if I could compare this to a color, I would say it's a lavender kind of color, indeed. Imagine the lavender, the flower and the plant, and that color. I think it does do a really good job converting to the scent. It's gorgeous. It's not overly flower because it has this rooty touch, and it's just marvelous. I think it's a really, really good perfume. If you can get your nose on it, please do, because this is really, really beautiful, and I really like this collection. So far from this line, I actually think I have 4 or 5. I have this, Night Clubbing, Bois Dormant, Saint-Germain-des-Prés, and Dans Paris. So that's 5. Yeah, I think that's 5. Another one that I love and that we'll probably be getting at some time in the future will be Parade. I love Parade. It's also a beautiful, beautiful perfume. So yes, thank you very much for spending time with me. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much for your attention and your kindness. And I hope you have a wonderful morning, afternoon, day, evening, night, wherever you are in the world. And the world needs more beauty lovers. Bye.